The people that chew on lollipops are literally just psychopaths. You can't change their mind.
People that chew are psychopaths. Oh, he's evolving once more back into cockroach. This is the 5th time.
This guy is not a real person. It says he's real. He doesn't have a bot tag, but this guy does not feel like.
Yeah.
This guy is not real. He's walking. Nobody does that. Hold on.
Guys, he's not real. He's walking.
He's walking.
Look at this.
Real people don't walk, they crawl. Learn how to walk.
He just stands there.
Menacingly.
Not quite. He just stands there awkwardly.
Well, I'm gonna take my off there.
Awkwardly.
Like, oh, come on, Spawn. I'm trying to watch this guy.
Why have I been getting so many recommended videos of a black hole in Mario?
There you go. The op is busted as hell. Like, there's no reason I should be able to do this, but it's really fun.
Share my screen again.
Ah!
I don't know if it's gonna break.
Not bot shit. Whoa. Okay, there's another quote-unquote real person in the lobby, but none of the real people in this lobby except Spawn seem like a real person.
I feel like this is his way of coping.
Me?
Is his way of coping.
You.
No, I'm killing them easily, and they're just walking around.
CSGO.
I bet I could go and take it.
Just for context, my boys, I am officially top 5 in the world for fancy pants.
That's pretty
Big shit.
What? Where did he come from?
Where did he come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Spreadsheet of how many runs, PBs, and sort of like averaging out just how much you've done for the game.
He's using like the worst weapon on this map.
I ended up getting 5th place.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Doesn't mean it's hard.
Behind you.
Look behind you. Turn around. Your left. No, your other left.
Left. No, your other left.
What was that noise you made?
Bro turned into a bird.
That wasn't even a bird noise.
Bro, fucking no-eyed Pete.
Man's just went. I can't even.
Bro, I just turned into no-eyed Pete's parrot.
We're gonna go.
You can't run.
But you can't hide.
Oh god, he's behind
me. Oh my god, Josh.
I heard him scope in, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I
wish I could customize sounds like the guns made.
Holy shit, I got a frame perfect glitch.
When I shoot someone, it's just slapping noises.
I got a frame perfect.
I thought he was aiming at. I thought he was aiming at me. I thought my teammate was aiming at me, and I turn around and get. But shit, you're nothing to me.
Hey, do you guys want some legs to dick, balls, and cock?
You sound like the stupid commercial you learned every single word to.
You mean, has you really been far? Even has decided to use to go
no.
to look more like.
Shut up. No.
I told you, I read from a script. I don't know the whole thing.
You know half of it though, and that's scary.
I mean, I know the parody of one of the ads.
Okay, scary? I know. You call that scary?
He's back.
I know the entire script to Despicable Me 2. You should be more afraid of that.
No, you were lying.
Okay.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
I will drop this fucking run right now.
So what? Look at it.
Josh is gonna get to level 10.
Are you willing to test me?
Oh!
You're willing to test these. Mix two of the same features together, but if you mix Snorlax and Snorlax together, the game crashes.
Probably because if you mix the same Pokemon together, it's bad.
Let's begin.
No.
And you get to see all the security footage coming in about PX Labs with all the shit being carried away.
What are you talking about?
I am proving that I know this damn script.
The script of what? The ad?
Despicable Me 2.
Oh, Despicable Me 2.
So at the beginning of the movie, they're at the Arctic Circle. And then there's a little title card that says Top Secret Research Laboratory, Arctic Circle, blah, blah, blah. You see 2 Russian guards playing poker on an overturned barrel. And then they're just...
He's speaking Russian.
Huh?
Because they speak Russian.
They speak Russian in the movie!
That sucks.
You know, they're playing. Then one of them ends up showing off that they have a good hand. And then the other one shows the fact that they have a way better hand with 4 aces. He laughs and then... he drags a pile of coins towards him, and then he starts dancing around. And then suddenly the coins fly up into the air. Then he grabs the guard, and he's in an attempt of like, "Where's my money?" and bullshit. And then he points up, and then there's a giant magnet ship, basically sucking up everything there. And we sort of get to see automobiles and buildings getting pulled up by this magnet. Then we get to go towards the AVL headquarters, footage of what we just watched. Then afterwards, we get to see Silas saying, 30 weeks, we're still no closer to cracking this. Right? Bring him in. And then Lucy's like, yes, sir. Then we get to go to a little suburban area over to Gru's house, and then he walks outside, and he's got this giant, horrifying-looking gun. And then he loads, cocks it, pulls the trigger, and then an inflatable unicorn balloon pops out. He smiles, and then he just ties it to the little windowsill next to him. Then we get to see a little banner on top that's like, Happy birthday, Agnes! And then we get to go to the backyard where there's a bunch of people with little princess outfits, and then Agnes is dressed as a princess riding a unicorn. She's like, this is the best party ever! Cuts over to Edith playing on these really dangerous monkey bars with like fire spikes and whatnot. And then she's like, haha, yeah, because she's able to complete it. And then we can see 2 girls fishing in a small kiddie pool. And then one of them ends up pulling out a toy duck, and then another one where we get to see a live piranha jumping out and eating the duck. And then we get to see other kids sword fighting with little pool noodles and whatnot. 2 kids are on a seesaw that's basically made of bombs. Then Agnes runs out to the middle of the yard, and then she points off screen. She's like, oh no, dragon is approaching! And we get to see a very sad Kyle dressed up as a dragon, and then Margot comes in a really cool-looking knight's outfit, saying,
Mario?
I said Margot.
When we see Mario. I mean, hey, the Illumination is making the Mario movies, so...
I'm gonna mute Ben. Alright, now I can focus. Alright. So, now we're gonna keep going. And then she's like, fear not, for here come the Galliant Knights to save us. And then she gestures over to a bunch of minions wearing a bunch of medieval shit, and they're fighting each other. Whatnot. And then suddenly, oh god. Then we get to see Gru grilling shit. And he's on the phone, clearly not happy with something. And then we sort of get to hear what it is. Like, no, what do you mean she's not coming? I have a backyard full of these little girls who are counting on a visit from a fairy princess. And then the mace swinging minion pretty much walks by and accidentally hits Gru in the shin multiple times. Like, stop it! Then Gru kicks the minion's helmet and chases him off with a spatula. He's like, listen, I don't want a refund. I want a fairy princess, please. Please, I am begging you. And then, he just resigned, and then he's like, you know what? I hope that you can sleep at night. You're a crusher of a little girl's dreams. And then Agnes comes by and is like, ooh, when's the fairy princess coming? Any minutes now, yay! And then he looks over the minions and he's like, stall them. Then we get over to a little magic show where we get to see a minion blowing up a balloon, and then another one with a fucking chainsaw, and Mario's like, whoa, okay, alright. That's enough of this magic show. And the minion's like, aw. And then Margot suddenly looks around and she heard something, and she's like, wait, did you hear that? Sounds like the twinkling sounds of magical fairy dust. It's the fairy princess! She's coming! And then Mario's like, look! And we get to see Edith is like horrified with Gru coming down in a fairy princess costume. And the minions lose grip. And then Gru's like, oh, and he falls to the ground. And then Agnes is like really happy. And then Gru's like, it is I, Gru Zinkerbell.
the most magical fairy princess of all. And I am here to wish Princess Agnes a very happy birthday. And then another girl who's unnamed is like, how come you're so fat? And then Gru's like, because in my house, he's made of candy. And sometimes I eat instead of facing my problems. And then another girl is like, how come you have... And then Gru is just like a waxer with the fairy one is like, okay, time for cake. And then they all run to the table. Fuck me. I can't fucking speak. Then Agnes approaches Gru. She's like, thank you, Gru Zinkerbell. You're the best fairy princess ever. He's like, you're welcome, little girl. I know it's really you, Gru. I'm just pretending for the other kids. He smiles. And he's very happy with his daughter for being so thankful about all the stuff that she's been given. And then Jillian, the fucking asshole woman, comes on and is like, hi there, Gru, Mr. Life of the Party. Hello, Jillian. So, I'm gonna go on a limb here, but my friend Natalie is recently single. And we get to see in the background with Natalie, like, trying to lean against a buffet.
The most awkward-looking person you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Like, no, get off the limb right now. Oh, come on, she's so quiet. She sings karaoke, she has a lot of free time. Looks aren't that important to her. No, Jill's... That is not happening. Seriously, I'm fine. Okay, fine. Forget Natalie. How about my cousin?
Steven! Why are you trying to spawn camp someone?
Oh, I know someone whose husband just died. I'm sorry, I did not see you there, because then he gets the little nozzle to shut her the fuck up and sprays her with the hose. Sprays her again, it's like, over there. He drops the hose and he's walking away laughing. Then we get to see Gru's house and the party's sort of dying out.
Is there a fast forward button?
Gru takes Kyle in front. Kyle, no, do not do your business on the petunias. There you go. Those are friends. Go crazy. Good boy.
Mr. Gru? What? I didn't... What? Yes? Hi, Agent Lucy Wilder for the AVL. Oops. Because she has her badge upside down. Sorry, but you're gonna have to come with me. Macho, we are starting with El Macho.
Thank God.
Yeah!
Alright, so... Where are we going to be starting from? Are we starting from the part where he walks through the door and the bell to the door rings, or are we starting from the part where Gru and Lucy are still spying through people in the cupcake in the mall?
The cupcake mall. Because I think that's before he... Ah!
Doesn't all Macho die?
Well, no.
He dies, but then he
faces
doesn't.
death.
Sadly, yes, but he lives.
That's an Ice Age
Macho.
reference. That's not an El Macho reference.
I don't give a shit.
That's a... Fuck.
Well, I didn't watch that. I only remember it from the fucking Springtrap meme.
Springtrap meme?
Alright.
What?
Arf to Dave! You can leave now! And then Minion mumbling as he keeps staring at Lucy, and then runs into the counter.
What a guy.
Anyway. Now, what do we got? Who's on the list? Fire him at me. With my first suspect, Hida Blumenthal. I don't know how to do Lucy's voice, so we're just gonna...
You're just
Proprietor of Mums, the world word them having a fucking stroke. Where's Floral Shop? No, not her. Okay, moving on. Kimmy, owner of Stuff-A-Bear, and then he inflates the bear and it explodes and the child cries and it's really funny. Ooh, I don't think
really
so.
funny.
Hello! Oh! And then they scramble around as Gru smacks his head on the camera and then looks into a spoon while, yeah. Fun times. And then Eduardo, our lovely, lovely Eduardo. No, not the Dart Monkey from Balloons Tower Defense 6. We're talking El Macho. He said, Buenos dias, my friend. I am Eduardo Perez, owner of Salsa y Salsa restaurant
Jesus
across
Christ!
the mall. We are open for breakfast. And you are Gru, and this is Lucy, and we are closed. This is just gonna take a momento. I am throwing a big Cinco de Mayo party, and I'm going to need 200 of your best cupcakes decorated with the Mexican flag. It looks something like this. Yeah. What do you think? And then he flexes it to make it rain. He does this little kitty jiggle shit.
He does.
He's like, oh, look away! Whoa, whoa. Anyway, I have to go. It's all set. I pick him up next week. Have a good day. Come by if you get the chance, okay? And then Gru groans. He's like, ugh. And then the door opens again, and Eduardo's like, and welcome to the Moth family. El Macho. What? What did you go to be? What? What could it be? That guy looks exactly like a villain named El Macho from about 20 years ago. And then the fucking Western Hispanic music starts playing as he moves a dude out of the way, grabs a dangerous bottle. He pours it into a shot glass, gets a snake, puts venom into it, eats the glass, and then bursts through the brick wall with his sheer force. And during that, Gru says he was ruthless, he was dangerous, and as the name implies, very macho. And then, as it goes into the street, he then headbutts a car, and he says, and he's all like, he had a reputation for pulling off heists using only his bare hands. And then El Macho he suddenly appears in the passenger side window, and then punches the door in, knocking the guy out of the driver's side. But sadly, like all the greats, Macho was gone too soon as he runs off in the camera, holding the bank truck above his head. Then it cuts to the scene where he's jumping out of a volcano, not a volcano, he jumps into the volcano from the plane. I'm having fun. He died in the most macho way possible, riding a shark with 250 pounds of dynamite strapped to his chest into the mouth of an and then it explodes. It was glorious. Yeah, sounds like El Macho's pretty dead. They never found the body, oh no. All that was ever retrieved was a pile of singed chest hair. But that face, it has got to be El Macho. Then what do you say you and I break into his restaurant tonight? Yes, that's good, because I'm telling you, if anybody in this place has the PX41 serum, Mexican music plays the da-da-da-da-da, it's him. And we get to see a little clip of El Macho scratching his ass on the escalator.
Remember that.
Shall I continue?
Yes, keep going.
Please.
Alright.
This is entertaining.
It's on you. I'm just making you go and read me the entire script so I don't have to watch the movie again.
Why? It's a good movie. We need to watch that movie together. As for a
video, you know what?
For a video.
We should do that right now. That's what we're doing right now.
Because here's what I'm doing. I'm getting footage of you explaining it to me while I play CSGO, and I think it's really funny.
Okay. I'll keep going. Okay, so this is right after the scene where El Macho was sort of revealed to be quote-unquote alive, but we as the audience don't know, but Gru does. Then we transition to the scene where Gru enters into the girl's bedroom, and he's making sure that all of them are, like, doing their shit. So then Gru's like, alright, homework done, pajamas on, teeth brushed, time for bed. What's the big hurry? I just have a lot of work to do. Work? What kind of work? Very important in this business, so hugs, kisses, good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Gru turns to leave, but then Agnes suddenly appears out of nowhere. She just, like, I swear to God, puts him in the bed and then just spawns behind him. Like, they're just yanked right out of the prefabs folder. But you said you helped me practice for my part for the Mother's Day show. Fine. Let me hear it, quickly. And then they go to the family room, and Agnes is about ready to give her lines. Then Agnes, in a robotic voice, goes, she kisses my boo-boos, she braids my hair. My mother is beyond compare. We love you, mothers everywhere. Jesus. And Gru was like, wow, that was something else. I really like the way you smiled at the end. Let's try this one more time, but a teensy bit less like a zombie, okay? Okay. She kisses my boo-boos, she braids my hair. Perfect, time to go. And then Agnes is, she's a little upset, but Gru's about to leave, and she says, I don't think I should do this. And then he's like, well, what do you mean? Why not? I don't even have a mom. And then Gru is like, ah, shit. And then he doesn't say, ah, shit in the movie, because this is PG.
That'd be kind of funny.
It's so funny.
Ah, shit. Better luck next time.
He's like, better luck next time trying to get a foster family with your mother. But that doesn't happen. He's like, well, you don't need one to do the show. I mean, you did the Veterans Day pageant, and you haven't even been in combat.
Then she looks at Gru. This is different. Okay, well then maybe you could just use your imagination. You mean I pretend I have a mom? Yes, right. You can do that, can't you? Yeah, I do that all the time. Thanks, Gru.
Damn.
It was such a... Okay, rewatching the scene as an adult when Agnes was like, yeah, I do that all the time. It literally hurt my soul.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is after the whole scene with Agnes and Gru. Then, cuts to the scene where, the minions are having their little party with the ice cream sundaes and bullshit. And then they're all singing. There's like a 1 minute scene of all of them just singing in minionese. And then Gru comes in and he's like, alright, hey, no, hey, please. And then they all stop singing as he gets whacked in the face. Kevin, Jerry, watch the girls for the night, okay? Dave, Stuart, come this way with me, come on. And then Dave tries to put a sundae in his mouth. And then Gru is like, hurry the fuck up. Except he doesn't say that. Instead he says, come on. And then they keep going.
Damn.
And then it cuts... Well, no, it cuts to the minion.
Do Despicable Me 2 for like a rated PG-13 movie, where they just like start cursing.
It cuts to the minions then singing a lullaby to Mario, Edith, and Agnes in their bedroom and whatnot, and then they close the door. And then they get an idea of trying to play golf. Kevin holds up a golf ball and is like, "Hey, Papa, oh ho ho ho!" And then he puts some fucking tea in his mouth, and then he's about to whack that fucker's face off. And then suddenly, crashing and clanging happens in the backyard, and then they're like, they give the whole looks of like, what was that? Then they go outside and they're like, Luca! And then they get scared as shit. And then Kevin's all like, Luca! And then they're looking and they see just a cat in front of them, and then a spotlight above them, and then they get absorbed. Anyways.
No idea what I'm doing. I'm doing something.
You know. Then this is the part where they cut to the scene where Gru and Lucy are breaking into Eduardo's restaurant because that's where they believe the PX-41 serum is. Then Gru's like, "We're stealth ninjas, makes no sound." Right, gotcha. And then Lucy kicks open the door like a dumbass. And then Gru walks in and he's like, "All right, Del Macho, you are going down." Wait, what? And then she gets a spray can and sprays the air, and he's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm checking for laser beam alarm triggers. It's a restaurant. You never know what kind of booby traps this guy could have set, huh? Come on." There are no booby traps. And then he kicks a trip wire attached to like a little bell that goes ding ding, and he's like, "Ha, booby!"
Haha, booby.
Then suddenly a chicken appears. Pollito comes out of nowhere, and he says, "Oh, there's a chicken. Are you lost, little guy?" "Yeah, you must be lost." "Ha, some guard dog." And then suddenly, Pollito just leaps into the air on the Gru and just, like, absolutely tears him to shreds. He's like, "Ah!" And he's running in circles and whatnot. He's like, "Get it off me, get it off me, get it off me." And he's like, "I got you," but he doesn't, because then he gets into his shirt and tries eating his balls off. And then Lucy says, "I got it." I don't know. But there's just a lot of dick jokes. So then Lucy's like, "I got it, ha!" And she keeps trying to attack Gru, but misses the chicken and keeps hitting Gru in the face and all the other body parts that exist on a human. And then she keeps going. And then, yeah, Gru is just like, ugh, because he's all tired. Then Lucy's like, "What's wrong with that chicken?" Hey, that Polo S Loco. That's literally what she says, and it hurts my soul. And she freezes the chicken into a ball.
She says that without, like, I don't know.
Legendary.
She sounds so white that it hurts. Then, she's like, she looks at Gru's wounds, and she's like, "Well, okay, let's go." Then they go into the room, the little kitchen area, and that's when they get the little spyglasses and whatnot, and he's like, "You getting anything?" "No, not yet, but hey, maybe you could find something with these x-ray goggles." And then he looks around and sees Lucy as a skeleton, and he's like, "Ah, shit, that's nasty. I'm never going to get that image. Oh my god!" And then he's like, "How are they working? Tell me! Wow! What's wrong? Something wrong?" "Oh, that's an image I will never get out of my brain." Blah. I knew it! And this is when he looks at the painting of Eduardo with his mom. And then they go to the wall, and that's when they see the little safe, and he's like, "The serum is in here. Ooh, then let's get it. Oh, this is going to be good." Ah, what? It's salsa? Oh man. And then it enters to the door, and then our lovely lad gets to the door. He's like, oh, somebody's going to die tonight. And he's cautiously walking through, and then he notices this little chicken. He's like, Paito! Paito, what did I do to you, Paito? Can you hear me? Do this to such a sweet little chicken.
Just
what? Who's there?
Chicken noise.
And then cuts to where Gru and Lucy are just scarfing themselves with the salsa and chips. And then Eduardo gets a knife, and he's holding Pollito, and he's like, "Are you coming out, or am I gonna go in?"
That's what she said.
And then they fire a little laser into the ceiling so they can escape. And then Eduardo enters the room, and he's like, "Stop!" And then Lucy freezes his eyes closed with her little wristwatch, and he's like, "Oh, my eyes!" And he's trying to rub his eyes, but Lucy's like, "Crew, call one of your munchkins! We've been spotted, come and get us!" And then the minions are just sitting in the car doing jack shit. And then they start talking, it's like, "Huh? Hey! Luca! Kumquat!" And then they get running. And then they suddenly just appear, and Lucy's like, subtle. Over here, over bonk here.
Over bonk here.
Hold tight! And then Eduardo sees him, and he's like, "I have you now." And then the car pulls up, and Dave's like, "Rah, rah," and then the other minion just revs the engine like an asshole. They jump in, and then Lucy, and this that was a cool scene. Yeah. Then cuts to morning, and then shows a little ice cream truck outside of the building. Well, not the building, the house, the Gru's house. And then Stuart walks outside, and he's like, "Oh, gelato!" And then all the minions are like, "Gelato, gelato, gelato!" And then the car starts running away. And then they get to it, and then Stuart's at the front of he's standing on the, you know how like food trucks will usually have that little counter area right at the front. Yeah. So Stuart's standing on top of that, and he's like, "Stopa, stopa!" And he's trying to get them all to be quiet because they're so excited about gelato. And then he starts knocking on the truck. He's like, "Hey, gelato!" But then the cone on the top of the ice cream truck just turns into a giant vacuum machine and sucks all the minions in. Sucky, sucky, ha ha ha, funny.
Sucky,
then they
we need Coop.
There he goes.
We need the sounds. We need the sounds. Come on.
Sounds of what?
Vacuum.
It goes. That's how the vacuum sounds.
That's amazing.
But yeah, no. Then one of the minions is able to get away, and then the truck offers him a popsicle, and then he licks it, and then his tongue gets stuck, and then he gets sucked in a little sucky sucky. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes back. And it goes back to where they're back in the cupcake shop, observing the other people that go to the mall or either work there. And then there's Gru and Lucy inside of that little hat container thingy, and then Lucy's like, "Alright, there he is, suspect number 8. Lloyd Ethan." And it's like the little hair club thing. Like, "Oh, okay, see if she can get in closer. Go, go." Alright, what do... That is good. 10. And then he sees his little shits coming in as his daughters are running, and he's like, "Hey, Gru. Oh, girls, what are you doing here? Well, we thought we'd come visit you at work. So you're saving the world in a garbage can? Ha 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 ha! Funny. Hey, there you are. Oh, who's this? Lucy? These are my girls. Margot, Edith, and Agnes. Girls, Lucy, Lucy, girls. Hello, hi." And then Agnes just looks at Lucy and then becomes gay. He's like, "Are you single? Oh, goodness." He's like, "Oh, hey, I have an idea. Since Lucy and I have lots of work to do, why don't you girls go and explore the... Here's some money. Go buy some useless mall junk, some headbands, and are you gonna marry Lucy? Are you out of your gourd? No, she just works with me. Plus, you love her, you love her, you love her, you really, really love her, and you're gonna get married, and I will be the floral girl in." Because that's exactly how Agnes sounds. Okay, stop. That is a song of lies. I don't even like her. Go have fun. And then the girls run off. And then Agnes comes back and they hug Gru. And then that's it. Almost forgot hugs. Good luck saving the world. Bye. Bye, Gru.
Jesus.
Ha ha ha. Kids, right? They're funny. Those girls totally adore you. I bet you're a fun dad, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty fun. And then cuts to them being at the little fountain area where Edith is trying to steal all the coins. Is that stealing? Not if my wish was that I would get a lot of free coins. Then Margot's texting, and then she sees Antonio, Eduardo's son. He's like, whoa. And she falls, and then Antonio just suddenly spawns behind her and catches her. And it's like, cool glasses.
You support that relationship?
Huh?
Antonia's son with
I'm not going to answer that, because I don't know either party's age. Anyways. I'm Antonio. I'm Margot. I was just going to get a cookie. Care to join me? Sure. I'm Margot. Oh, I'll catch up with you guys later. Bye. Can I be the first to say... We gotta go tell Gru. And then it cuts to the Eagle Hair Club where Gru's going in so he can see if the PX-41 serum's inside of the building. Alright, I'm going in. If it picks up any traces of the serum in the sensor in your belt buckle. And then Gru activates the little tech inside. And then Lucy's all like, it's gonna make a sound like this. Well, and then Floyd comes in, who's the owner of the shop, and he's like, welcome to Eagle Hair Club. It's about time you showed up, Mr. Gru. Oh, my name? When someone moves into the mall who is follically challenged, I make it my business to know all about them. You are bald. That is bad. There you go, my sweet. I'm getting nothing so far. I think you need to move around. And then Gru starts listening through the headphones. He's like, alright. So then he starts strutting his dick around everywhere because the sensor's in the belt buckle. He's like, wow, this looks interesting. What is it? I take it you are an art lover. Oh, serum. Yeah, not so much. Oh, how about this impressive trinket? I hardly call it a trinket, Mr. Gru. Nothing. The international... Yeah, I don't care. And then Gru moves over to a shelf that's filled with all the wig samples and whatnot, and then Lucy's like, me-ma. Hold on, I'm picking up something behind that wall. Ah, what do we have here? Then Floyd grabs a little sample. These are my trial wigs. You should take one. And then Gru sticks his head like inside, and he starts climbing, and he's like, no thanks. So what's on the other side of the wall? Here you are. Look at me. Focus. Gru, I promise you that this wig will transform you from ugly, irresistible. Then Gru, he like stops and he stares at the wig, and he's like, wow. He's getting caught up in this. Then suddenly Edith and Agnes just burst inside of the Eagle Hair Shop, and then Agnes is all like, Margot has a boyfriend and they're going on a date, and he's like, date? Boyfriend? What? And then Floyd shrugs because when Gru yells what, he just stares directly at Floyd like he just committed treason against the county. And then suddenly they all just burst through the mall and they're running around trying to figure out where they are, and then they find out that they're inside of Eduardo Salsa. Then it cuts to where Margot is with Antonio, and then all of them get inside. Oh, you're so funny. Gross, look, they're in love. Oh, no. Do not say that. They are. No. And my dream is to one day play video games for a living. Wow, you're so complicated. Margot? What is going on here? Oh, Gru. Say Llama Antonio, me Llamo Margot. Say Llama Ding Dong, who cares? Let's go. Whoa, that's... And then suddenly... Musica. And then, this is the scene where Eduardo starts dancing, and then he grabs a random girl outside of the mall. And he just starts dancing with them. He fucking hits it off. All the Karens just instantly perish. And then he just gets a coupon out of his ass, and he's like, kids eat free on Tuesdays. And then he just like slingshots her out of the building. And then everyone inside cheers for him. And then the girl's like, yeah, woohoo, cool, awesome. So good to see you again, mi compadre. Oh, I see you've already met my father. What? The father? See, look at this crazy small world we live in, eh? Come sit, let me get you something. Oh, look at you. And then Eduardo has Pollito in his hands. He tries to pet him to like play it off. He's like, haha, he likes me, and then Toyo's like, and then Gru's like, ah shit, but he doesn't say that. He's just scared, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Toyo is usually very friendly. He had a rough night. Well, we really should be going, girls. Come on. That's a pity. Young love is beautiful, no? No. You know they're not in love. They hardly know each other. Alright. Cabeza de huevo. They must get to know each other better. Antonio, why don't you invite your girlfriend and her family to our Cinco de Mayo party? No, I am... See! All the girls are so happy and whatnot. And then it go ahead and it cuts over to Gru and Lucy back at the agency with Silas Ramsbottom, and they're talking about El Macho being a physical threat, because it's not been confirmed yet in the movie, but Gru is very certain, and Antonio helps solidify his opinion a bit more. He's like, I'm sorry, El Macho, haven't we eliminated him as a suspect after the whole salsa incident? Yes, but there's been a new development, and I'm telling you, this is the guy. You have to arrest him immediately. And his deviously charming son. I'm pretty sure that the son is involved too. The son also. You got to start. I think that the son, the mastermind, there is a look. There is a devilish look in his eyes, and I don't like it. Yes, but I don't really see any evidence for evidence. I go with my gut, and my gut tells me that this guy is El Macho. Look him up. Look him up. Lock the son up. Don't forget about the son. That kid gives me the creeps. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But on the less crazy side of things, Gru discovered traces of the serum at the Eagle Hair Club. Interesting. Yeah, you know who made that happen, huh? This guy. Nailed it. Amazing, right? No, I mean, sure, but it's not him. It's El Macho. Mr. Gru, please. No, it's him, and I will prove it. And then he just storms out of the building, like, because he's very sad, and he's like, Gru, come on. He really thinks it's El Macho. Can you tell? And then Silas is like, bitch, I fucking know. And then it cuts over to, oh god, I'm having a brain fart trying to do all this. But it cuts to where all the abducted minions are, with the island with the tiki bar. You know that scene, right?
Yeah.
So then we get to see the French. Oh yeah, and then we get to see the minion bar being tended by the little bartender minion, the French maid minion back playing the ukulele and dancing in the sand. And then we get to see Jerry approaching the little popsicle minion with 2 bananas. He gives him one. He does the funny little Hawaiian dance, and then he runs off for the water by ripping off his pants. And he's like, Kuna! And then suddenly it cuts over to where it's actually a large terrarium that they're sort of being watched in by some mysterious figure. We don't know who it is, but it's widely assumed that it might be El Macho. Then it cuts over to the family room of the day. Gru's sitting on the couch with his laptop. He's on, I believe the website is called eVillain. And he clicks through different images of El Macho trying to prove it. And then we get to see Edith chasing Kevin. And he's got the wig in his mouth. And yeah. And then Gru's looking at the screen and he's like, Kevin, the Wi-Fi's out. Kevin? Hey, Lance, where the heck is Kevin? And then Lance has no idea. And he's like, alright, we need to revisit the number of vacation days you guys get. I can't find anybody anymore. And then somebody's ringing at the door, and it's, do you guys remember Jillian? From the beginning of the movie, the one that kept him up on date. Like, Gru, it's Jillian! And then Gru pretends to shoot himself with his fingers and whatnot, doing the little finger gun, and he's like,
2 people in 1 shot.
I have a friend, Shannon. I was thinking you two could get some grub, you know, up, see what happens. Gru's being quiet and he's like, huh, open up. And then he sees Agnes walking by, singing softly, playing with her little unicorn. And then he whisper shouts to her, and then Gru's like, Agnes, tell Jillian I'm not home. And then, and then one of my favorite scenes in the movie that isn't revolved around El Macho is this with Agnes, and then Agnes goes to the door and he's like, Gru's not here. And Jillian's like, are you sure? And Agnes is like, yeah, he just told me.
Yeah, you just told me.
And then Agnes is like, I mean, no, he didn't just tell me. Agnes, where's Gru? He's putting on lipstick. He's swatting at flies. He's chopping his head off? He's pooping? And then all this is conveyed because Gru keeps trying to, like, give her, like, hand signs of what to say. And then Jillian's like, oh, I know you're in there, Gru. There's no way you're getting out of this. And then, yeah. Then it's not fun. And then they go to the restaurant where Gru is on the date, but he's got the wig on this time. He's like, I have to tell you, I was so nervous about tonight. I mean, there's just so many phonies out there. Yes, I hear you. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, so do you work out? Well, I mean, obviously you don't, but would you consider it, huh? Physical fitness is very important. And, wait, no. Because she keeps talking in the third person for this entire scene. She's like, physical fitness is very important to Shannon, as you can tell, right, huh? Then she just starts dropping to the floor and doing push-ups, and it's like, I can tell. Solid. We are in a restaurant, you know. And then Lucy walks in, and he's like, hi, take out for Lucy. And then the host is like, sure, just 1 second. Your accent is so exotic. Ah, well, thank you very much. I know someone who can fix that for you. You'll be talking normal in no time. Ha ha ha. Ooh, is it hot in here? Ooh, how's the food? And then he wipes his brow, and then the wig ends up rotating because he didn't properly stick it to his scalp. And he's like, wait a minute. Are you wearing a wig? What? Ah, I don't think so. I knew it. You're a phony. I hate phonies. Oh, what? No, these looks are all mine. No, they're not. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rip that thing off your head and show everyone what a bald-headed phony you are. I don't think so, Miss Lady. And then she, like, tases her with a little taser, and then the Gru's like, hello, are you, hey Gru, hello Lucy, how you doing? And then Lucy looks over at you and is like, wow, it looks like your date's out for the count. It's like she's been shot with mild moose tranquilizer. Yeah, I'm leaking because that's what actually happened. Susie, what's happened here? She more like? Oh, she's just oh, see. Shall we take her home? And then they all get in the car, and then they cram Shannon into the trunk, just like they crammed Gru in the trunk. And then they get in the car, they drive down, and then they're at Shannon's house, and Gru and Lucy are sitting at the front steps. And then Lucy's like, well, I think you did it. You just officially had the worst date ever. Huh, tell me about it. Don't worry. It can only get better from here, right? But if it doesn't, you can always borrow my dart gun. I had to use it on 1 or 2 dates myself. Yeah, you know, as far as dates go, I think I'm good with just the one. Then they exchange looks. He chuckles nervously. He's like, well, good night, partner. And then she pats his shoulder and walks towards his car. Then Gru just gets up and starts walking there. And he's like, this was fun. Yeah, surprisingly it was. Oh, and just between me and you look much better bald. And then Lucy kisses Gru and then walks off. And he's like, see you tomorrow. And then we all know what song ends up playing here. Because then this swaps to the scene where Gru is pretty much love struck.
Coop, are you okay?
Yeah.
Been talking.
I've been proving myself right. I've been literally telling you the fucking Despicable Me script.
And it makes
I know, but like
content.
It does.
I'm not gonna edit any of this. I'm like literally gonna not edit this at all. Ah!
That's good.
Anyway.
Alright. Keeping with the theme, we're gonna still keep going, because then this cuts to the scene where Gru wakes up with a little alarm clock, and then, I don't remember the name of the song, but it's like the clap along if you feel like happiness is for I don't fucking know. Yeah, like, whatever the song's called, I don't fucking know. But that song starts playing, then Gru's just like really happy, and then he's acting out a little puppet show with a rubber ducky in the shower like a fucking goon. He's all like quack 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 quack. And then he goes in the bathroom and he's brushing his teeth with 2 toothbrushes, and he arranges them in his mouth, making himself look like a seal. He's like then he's showing making breakfast for the girls, and he's making heart-shaped pancakes, and he's like, yeah, so I take it the date went well? No, it was horrible. And then he laughs really happily, and then it cuts to where he's dancing with a minion, and then Agnes is extremely happy because she thinks that Gru went on a date with Lucy. But he didn't. And then, anyways, he's on his way to work, passes his mailman, gives him a high five, and then he sees the policeman, and he gives the little mimic gunfire shit. And then he sees sees a nun, and then does like the ass bump with the bump. I don't know what the fuck it's called. And then he's like, bump it. Then he sees something off screen, and he's like, and then it's a family of ducks is about to get fucking run over by a truck, and then he just stands in the road to help them across. And he starts playing frisbee with a bunch of college kids, spinning the disc on his nose. He joins a bunch of old ladies for a bit of Tai Chi. Then he does some air drums with the bucket drummers. He picks flowers, and then walks by little men and a woman alone, get back to each other at a cafe, and sets them up for a date. Then he gets over to the mall where the little hair shop is, and then he sees Silas speaking with an ABL agent, and he's a little confused, and he's like, Mr. Ramsbottom? Oh, hello. What are you doing here? We got him. Got who? Lloyd Eagleson. Our agents have located a secret room in his shop last night, and discovered this. And he snaps his fingers, and he gets a metal canister that's sort of in like this little Ziploc bag. And he keeps saying, it's empty, but we found traces of the PX-41 serum in it. Here is our man. So somehow, in spite of your incompetence, we solved this one. I was framed. You won't get away with this. Get your mitts off of me. I'm a legitimate businessman. And Gru's like, alright, so what now? Well, you're free to go back to your business. Jams and jellies. And it looks like Agent Wild will be transferring to our Australia branch. Australia? Yes, but thank you for everything. And by everything, I of course mean nothing. Tulip and cheerio, Mr. Gru. And then Silas takes his fat ass and walks away, and then Lucy approaches him. Hey there. Hi, so we got him. Yay, that's great. Now you're going to Australia. Well, it's not definite yet. Still figure it out. Already been working on my accent. Wallaby didgeridoo, Hugh Jackman. So, pretty excited. Great, well, good luck. Thanks, you too. Oh, here, I wanted to give you this. And then, Gru grabs something out of Lucy's hand. It's a lipstick taser. He's like, lipstick taser? Yeah, it's just a memento. Just, you know, from the first time we met. Thank you, Lucy. Agent Wild. Well, it looks like they need you, so... yeah, I, better go. Bye, Gru. And then Gru's standing there, and he's like, fuck. Because he just walk out. And then he's walking back totally depressed, and then the college kids are playing frisbee. He catches it pretty well without looking at it, and throws it in a sewer. And then he goes by the little bucket drummers, and he knocks over the bucket. He walks past the old ladies doing Tai Chi, and bouncing one leg, and he fucking pushes them over. Yeah. And then it's pouring rain. He's sitting outside alone. He's pretty upset. And then Agnes comes outside with an umbrella. She's all like, I brought you an umbrella. Thank you. What are you doing out here? Remember when you said that I liked Lucy? Well, it turns out you're right. Then Agnes is really happy. She's like, really? Yes, but well, she's moving away, and I'm never going to see her again. Is there anything I can do to help? Oh, I don't think so, sweetheart. Well, is there anything you could do? Gru's thinking, and then it goes to him in his office, and then he's trying to practice asking out Lucy on a date over the phone with a minion, and he's like, hello, Lucy, this is Gru. I know up to this point our relationship has been strictly professional, and you're leaving for Australia all, but... okay, here's the question. Would you like to go out on a date? And then it goes over to Dave, who's got like a wig on and whatnot. He's like, no. Okay, that is not helping. Alright, here we go. For real this time. He stares at the little card that has Lucy's phone number on it and one. He's like, I can do this. Then he stares at the phone and he's like, I hate you. And then he gets a flamethrower out of fucking nowhere and burns the phone. And then he's like, And then the fire alarm goes off, and then all the sirens.
Every
like,
kid after the movie came out, every kid, Beto, 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 Beto.
Yep. Then the word Beto is literally said 11 fucking times, cut off the 4th time with Dave trying to test out the fire extinguisher, and then cut off the 8th time when Gru takes away the bullhorn.
And then the 11th time is just when Dave sprays the fire extinguisher and it gets him sent flying off screen. Then it ow shit. Hold on. I need to transfer my earbud to my other ear. It's starting to hurt. Alright. Then suddenly, it goes back to that little beach area again from before with the terrarium, and then in that little control room with a mysterious figure, they pull a lever, and then suddenly a little whirlpool appears in the water right next to Kevin, and it pulls him down into the habitat through a tube, gets thrown into a chair into a lab, and then his hat follows him down the tube and just lands right on top of his head like the dopey little fuck he is. And then the other minion that gets down there is the French maid minion, and it's like, Kevin? Tom? And then they raise their bananas into the air and they're like, goodbye! And then suddenly the needle just looks at him and is like, hello, goodbye! And then the needle just gets stuck right into the minion, and then it starts turning into the purple minion. It's like, ah! Oh. And then, yeah. And then suddenly it goes over to Eduardo's house during the day for the Cinco de Mayo party. And then Gru's driving his vehicle and pretty much runs over every single car, miraculously not sending a single one over the cliff. And then all the kids are like, Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Mayo. That's literally what they say, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
And then they go inside, and it's like, whoa, this place is awesome. Okay, let's party. But first, let's go over the rules, because what is fun without the rules? And then then it just shows Agnes with a bunch of churros and whatnot, and then Gru's like, Agnes, easy on the churros. Eat it, try not to kill anyone. Hey, Margo. Oh, Mr. Gru. Okay. Gru. There must be the standard 6 feet of space between you and boys, especially this boy. You are a funny man. There are no rules, senor. It's Cinco de Mayo. Come on, we're starting the dance. And then Agnes is rolling her eyes and whatnot, and then she's like, Arriba! And it's really, really, really weird. And then Gru just watches them walk away and is like, damn. And then Gru's just sneaking through the party, and then it goes through the different scenes of him trying to beat the shit out of Antonio, but failing miserably. And then Gru is just sad and sitting at a table by himself with his little chip hat with guac inside of it. And then Gru is like, so glad... Well, not Gru, Eduardo comes by and he's like, so glad you could make it, mi compadre. Hey, what is wrong? Oh, nothing is wrong. I'm just chilling with the guac from my chip hat. Gru, please. I know that look all too well. It is the look of a broken heart. How did you know? Believe me, my friend. I too have spent many nights trying to drown my sorrows in guacamole. You? Yes, but we are survivors. There's much more to us than meets the eye. Enjoy the party. And then El Macho, I mean Eduardo, walks down the hall and he's looking around, and then he suddenly just runs into another room. Gru follows him, and then he puts his hand through the little door that Eduardo went in, and then there's a little room with a little dance puzzle. And then Eduardo's able to solve it. Then, oh boy, and then there's this shit. So then Gru missteps the first time, and then an axe ends up cutting the back of his sombrero hat. He misses it again, and then axe pretty much almost slits his throat. Missteps again, and then the totem in front of him just sends a stream of fire right in his face. Missteps again, and a club ends up whacking him in the head. Then the dart starts shooting, the totem starts shooting darts at him, and then he falls on the floor, gets the code right. Then he's really happy. He runs through the elevator. He's like, ha ha ha! And then he sticks his arm through the elevator door, gets it crushed, and he's like, ouch. Doesn't say fuck though. That would be really funny though.
He does.
And then it cuts to the little plane scene where Lucy is flying to Australia, and then it's all her being alone. She's looking through the magazine, and she keeps seeing visions of Gru. She's like, what? And then the flight attendant comes by. Would you like some peanuts or pretzels? And then she looks up and sees Gru, and then, oh god. And then all the passengers are Gru, and it's like, ha ha ha, that is a good joke. I just did a boom boom.
Dude, that's the best fucking line in the movie. Because he's
It
on the
really is.
plane and he's reenacting, I mean, what?
I really need you to make a choice, hon. I choose Gru. I choose Gru! And then everybody just cheers for some reason. Then she opens the door.
Jumps out.
just fucking jumps out. And everybody's just so happy. It's like, you're welcome! Like, having no concern that she just jumped out without a parachute.
For all she knows, she just, like, committed suicide because of her. You're welcome!
And then she's gliding over to, the... Shit, she glides over to Salsa, which is really... not Salsa, over to Eduardo's house. But then it transitions over to Gru going through the elevator door and walking into the path and looking through and seeing like this Mexican-themed area. And he gets to see the magnet from the start of the movie. And then Eduardo's like, "You have not lost your touch, my friend." And then he's El Macho. He's like, "Haha, I knew it, you are El Macho. That's right. Nobody believed me. Oh, I knew you were dead." "Of course not. I merely faked my death. But now it's time for me to make a spectacular return to evil. Doctor, I think it's about time we show Gru what we're up to here. Dr. Nafario? Nice to see you, Gru. What? So this is your new job opportunity? Absolutely. You're gonna like this. Sorry, I had to borrow some of your minions, but it was for a worthy cause. Oh, Kevin? Ah, no, he is not Kevin anymore. Now he's an indestructible, mindless killing machine. Blah! Just watch these. And then he presses the button, and then suddenly a machine gun comes down, and then he gets riddled with bullets, but he's like not hurt. Then a flamethrower comes down, axe is swung at him, and he eats it. A fucking nuke drops on him, he just swallows it and explodes in his stomach. Then a police car's dropped on him and he just eats it. And he's like... Bah! Here is the best part. I've got an army of them. And Gru's like, ah, fuck, that's where my minions' vacation days went. And then Macho's like, soon I will unleash them on the world, and if anyone tries to stop them, yow! Their city gets eaten! We can do this together. Together? Together. I have admired your work for years, amigo. Stealing the moon? Aren't you kidding? We would be unstoppable. Men like you, men like me, we shall be ruling the world! So are you in? And then Dr. Nafario pops a little noisemaker and he's like, woo! Like, yeah, probably. I mean, yes, of course, yes. I just have a lot going on right now. I just need to get some things off my plate before we start taking over the world, that's all. Excuse me? No, forget it, 100% I am in. I think, what is this? Do you hear that? I do! That's Agnes calling me on this, sir! And then, the door shuts and he's frantically trying to press the button when it reopens and he's like, totally in! Then it cuts back to El Macho and, Dr. Nafario's like, do you know what? I'm not so convinced that he's in. And then he opens the little hatch and presses a button and releases Kevin. And then it goes back to inside of El Macho's house with Edith knocking over the pinata. And he's like, Edith, Agnes, come on. And then Gru gets smacked in the face with Edith's baseball bat and he's like, oof. And then Edith's like, sorry. He's like, leave me home now. Where's Margot? I get a turn. Margot. And then Gru's over at the little table eating a chip hat like she was just crying. And he's like, come on, we already... Hey, what's wrong? I hate boys. And then Gru is dancing with another girl. Not Gru, Antonio. I can't fucking speak my brain.
Now. Nope, Gru's dancing with another girl.
No, shut up, Ben. You got a dirt yet. Yes, sorry, honey, we got to go. But then he goes off screen and then freezes Antonio with his freeze gun. And then the girl tries to get out of Antonio's hands, but it doesn't work. Then goes to El Macho's driveway, and then they pull out. And then you get to see, as they're pulling out, Lucy lands down there, and then Lucy's like, oh, sorry, she's trying to get through the party and whatnot. Then she gets to Eduardo, who's walking through, and then the chicken starts, like, trying to attack her. And then, just in the nick of time, Eduardo picks him up and he's like, Pollito, what is the matter? Oh, hey, Eduardo. Lucia, I apologize. Pollito is usually not like this. The same thing happened the other day with Gru. Oh, speaking of Gru, have you seen him? I really need to talk to him. Yes, I think he's somewhere around here. You two are close, no? Oh, I don't know. I mean, close. I wouldn't say we were close. Why did you say we were close? Did you say that? It's more what he didn't say. For instance, he never mentioned that you were both working for the Anti-Villain League. You're coming with me. Hey! And then it cuts over to Dr. Mafari. He's like, crikey! And then it goes, yeah, no, he honestly, God, he's just like,
no way, he did not actually say crikey.
yeah, no, he actually said, you want me to fucking pull it up? I will pull it up right now. He's drinking out of the little, he's drinking out of his little drink, and he's like, crikey!
What the hell?
I swear to God, he says crikey.
I mean, I guess he is Australian. I never really thought about Dr. Nefario's nationality.
So after Lucy gets kidnapped by Eduardo, and then Dr. Nefario's like, crikey! And then it cuts to daytime where, Gru's talking with the girls, and Edith is like, so Eduardo's actually El Macho? Cool. No, it is not cool. Plus, I pretty much knew it was him all along. So if anyone's cool, it's me. And then suddenly the TV screen starts spazzing out, and then it turns on, and then Dr. Nefario appears, and he's like, Gru! Well, Dr. Nefario, El Macho's onto you. He knows you're working for the AVL. And he's got your partner. He doesn't burp, though. He doesn't burp again, though. And then Gru's confused, and like, Lucy? What? That's impossible. She's on her way to Australia. Nefario! Sorry, gotta go! And Agnes is like, he's got Lucy? Not for long. Come on, we're getting her out of there. And then he's walking away, and then the one minion is trying to play the game, and he keeps pressing buttons like a dickhead to try and drag out that humor, even though it really doesn't work. Anyways, they get in the garage, get on a motorcycle, and they're going out in a yeah. It's very, very interesting. Then we go over to oh lordy, my brain is fucking dead. Ugh. Okay, so right after this we go sort of through El Macho's compound and whatnot, and we get to see all the stuff that's filled with like the rocket ships and whatnot, and we get to see him emerging from his home just to look over his troops and whatnot, and he's laughing maniacally and whatnot. And he's trying to get some of the minions on the rocket ships. And then it cuts back over to Gru's house, where it's just Agnes and Margot playing a board game inside. And then suddenly they hear a scratching noise outside, and then it's like, what's that? I don't see anything. And then suddenly Kevin, one of the minions who's already been injected with the PX-41 serum, is right outside of the window, and he's like, run! And then he breaks through the window like a dickhead, and then Agnes drops her unicorn. She's like, my unicorn, Agnes, no! And then I guess Kevin starts getting a little kinky because he just shoves the fucking unicorn in his ass in his mouth, and then she starts screaming and breaks all the glass in the room. He's like, come on, hurry, whoa! And then they're able to get onto the seat just in time, and then they go down to the lab area, and Edith's like, what's the matter? And then Kevin suddenly just appears because he eats the ceiling through, and everybody is ready to fight. And then suddenly something gets stuck into him, and then Kevin gets turned back to normal. And he's like, wait, Gatos? Kevin! And then all the minions just dogpile onto him. He's like, Kevin! And then Mario's like, Dr. Nefario, you're back. In the flesh. Behold, the antidote. Come on. Let's finally put this horrible jelly to some good use. And then he pours the antidote into one of the vats that had the pink jelly in. And then it goes back to El Macho's house, where Gru's got a plan with the other two minions with him. And they've been painted purple, and they have some of the garbs, and they got a really shitty-looking plunger with a broomstick handle with a plunger, a cardboard blade, and a hanger. Then they're walking in with Gru's in fake handcuffs, and they're just laughing and whatnot, and Gru's like, hey, guys, come on, stay focused. Okay. And then, yeah, they get up to the box, and it's Dave that goes up to the box and he presses the button. And he's like, super bot, activata, and then it ends up working. And then the gate opens up, and they see the monstrous horde of all of the PX41 serum infected minions. And then Dave pokes Gru with a spear, and Gru's like, "Curses! Foiled again! These guys captured me!" It goes quiet, and then the evil minions are like, "Woo!" And then it's really, really intense, but it does look like they're going to be able to make it through. And then suddenly, Dave and another one of the evil minions get into like this fight where they're just like sticking their tongues out at each other, and then it gets the saliva from the evil minion so violent that it ends up washing off some of the paint that's on Dave's face. Then the minions instantly know that they're faking, and then they have to run. And Gru's like, "Run!" And then they take off running, and it's like, "Up that tree! Already!" And then they keep going, they get to the top of this little tower area, and then suddenly Dr. Nefario appears in the ship, and then starts shooting them down with a jelly machine gun. And it's like, "Hello, Gru. Hey, nice work, Dr. Nefario." And he leaps onto the ship. "I'll put an antidote in the jelly. I mean, I'm happy to create an evil army to destroy the world, but nobody messes with my family. Thank you, Doctor. Now let's go get the..." "You brought the girls?" "Yes." "Oh, was that wrong?" And then they start flying towards Omacho, and they're blasting all the purple minions along the way. Then from behind we could see Elith just completely unload a giant-ass jelly machine gun on the ship, and she's like, "Woo, yeah!" And then Omacho's like, "Oh no, what's happening? To my minions! Gru! You guys take care of the rest of the minions. I'm going to find Lucy." And then he jumps out, like badass style, with two big jelly assault rifles. And then he keeps running through. And then the minions and the girls get out of the jet, and they start firing at all the evil minions, and like, "Eat jelly, you purple freaks, wow!" And she's losing control of the guns and whatnot. And he was like, "It's over, El Macho. Now where's Lucy? Let me show you." And then he presses a button. And then there's a giant-ass rocket covered with dynamite with Lucy strapped on it. He's like, "Oh, hey, Gru. Turns out you're right about the..." One push of it, and then I sent that rocket into the same volcano where I faked my death. Only this time, it's for real. No. And then Dave swoops in on a rope, and he's like, "Tally-ho!" And he grabs the remote, and it just fucks it up, and then the remote keeps bouncing down until it's on the floor. Luckily not crushing the button in the process, sending the rocket. Then Gru's about to run down the stairs to go, but then El Macho's in the way, and he's like, "We could have ruled the world together, Gru. But now, you're gonna die." And then he drinks the PX41 serum, and then he turns into the giant monster, making for one of, in my opinion, one of the most hilarious scenes where we get to see Buff Guy basically be Flabby Guy. I'm even gonna pull it up real quick because I love this scene so damn much. Alright, so it's right here where it's like, right where it's like, "We could rule the world together. You're gonna die." Like this intense Hispanic theme playing in the background, and suddenly his gut just drops.
Yeah.
Alright. You know, they get in a fight. He starts by trying to use the jelly gun, but he's out. Then he swaps over to the freeze ray, and he's able to dodge for a bit, freezing Omacho in the process a few times. Then he ends up rolling off a building. Then he loses his freeze gun, gets onto a tower, ends up falling, and then he hits the ground, and then he's still on the ground, rolling around. El Macho jumps down, grabs the pillar, starts trying to crush him over and over again. Then Gru ends up pulling the lipstick taser out, shocking him. It's like, "Lipstick taser!" Aw, he copied me. And then he's, El Macho's dazed and whatnot as Gru runs over to Lucy to try and cut out the rope and whatnot. He's like, "I'm not afraid of your jelly guns." "Oh, this ain't a jelly gun, sunshine." And then one of my favorite victory scenes, one of the minions jumps on top of El Macho, who's completely passed out. Another minion takes a photo, and then not El Macho, because not dead. Dr. Nefario, still holding the fart gun, looks and does the kawaii pose into the camera. Then it cuts over to Gru, trying to get Lucy untangled. Don't worry about me, Gru. I'll be fine. I've survived lots worse than this. Okay, that's not entirely true. I'm actually kind of freaking out up here. Don't worry, I will get you out of this. And he tries to untie Lucy, and then suddenly the asshole chicken Pollito hacks the button. He's like, I really hate that chicken. And then they fly off into the sky. And then they're trying to... He's able to cut the ropes loose, and then there's a little area with the wires like, is it a red one? There's usually a red one. And then he keeps trying to pull out the wires and whatnot with nothing working, and he's like, Gru, anytime now! And they're getting closer to the volcano. Gru, realizing that they may die from the process, so he says, Lucy, we may not get out of these alive, so I need to ask you a question. Better make it quick! If I were to ask you out on a date, what's what you said? Are you kidding me? Yes! They smile, and then Gru, in a miraculous moment of big brain, realizing that the water physics in cartoons are usually bullshit, is like, jump! He grabs Lucy and they fall in the water. He's like, Lucy! Lucy! And he's trying to...
They are not... Water physics are absolutely... gonna die in water.
Yeah, no, they would have died from the impact
high
of
enough, water becomes solid.
Oh, Lucy! Lucy, what are you? Oh, Lucy, Gru! And then they get thrown underwater, and yeah. He's like, sorry, I guess you kind of need your arms to tread water, huh? And then we get to see Tom in the background rowing the boat, and he's yelling in the megaphone. Echo!
I don't even know what that... Oh!
I don't know. They pass right by them, showing no mind to Gru and Lucy. It's like, they'll be back. Then there's a little title card that says 147 days later. Then we get a little, we get a...
It's not days.
Huh?
Dates later?
I said dates, you asshole.
As long as it's days.
I said dates. Learn to listen to my pronunciation. And then romantic music starts playing, and then it's like this little quote-unquote music video, and then the minions start singing. I believe the song is like All for Ones, I swear. But they pronounce it underwear in Minionese.
Did they not sting the YMCA at one point?
You know, we're getting to that. And then once they pronounce Gru and Lucy husband and wife, they try to kiss each other because it's like, you may now kiss the bride!
The nose.
But the noses, they're too long because ugly people have long noses, and they fucking fail like idiots, and then they finally do it. And then all the girls are really happy, and then Edith's like, can I be the first to say, ew? Minions finish their song. Agnes is like, okay. She stands up on the table because she tries to get the crowd's attention. But then she's like, excuse me. And then she's like, hi, excuse me. But then Margot actually does a smart thing and then taps on her glass, and everybody's like... Yeah, no. That's not actually what happens. But they actually look over to her, trying to give her a bit of attention and whatnot. Then Agnes is she's like, hi everybody, I'd like to make some toast. She kissed my boo boo, she braids my hair. We love you mothers everywhere. And my new mom Lucy is beyond compare. Then Lucy, why put the and then Lucy's like, oh, and they're all so happy. And then Agnes is like, to the bride and Gru, and then everybody is really happy. Right. And then that's when they start singing the YMCA. Agnes is like, I'm so happy. And the little then finally
then the minion poses Gru and Lucy, and all the girls and whatnot for a formal picture for the wedding and whatnot. They all smile. They do another picture that adds Gru's mom and Dr. Nefario and two other minions into the photo. Then they add even more minions into the next photo, and then the last one, an evil minion pops up and photobombs the last picture, and he goes, blah! And then that's the end of the movie.
You finally did it. It only took you God knows how much time, but I suppose the recording will tell. That was something. I completely forget how all this started. Anyway.
I think it was because Coop said, "I know the parody of the script." I'm like, no, you don't.
And I proved him wrong, bitch.
Kind of. Eat my nuts.